Hey everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave, and today you're going to have to drag out those platform jumping skills and those bombastic blasting skills because we are going to review Mega Man, the board game from Jasco. Let's do it. So this big heavy box is from Jasco Games. Now, they're known for taking a theme and staying close to their roots. I'm going to go ahead and say it, this Mega Man game, they do a pretty good job with doing just that. Unfortunately, there are a few characters missing that I wish would be in here. Proto Man's on the box, but he's not in the game. Cole isn't here, but they're expansions, so you know, you can get them that way. But Mega Man, you can play 2 to 6 players, and you're all are Mega Man, and you're in this sort of level that is constructed in any way you want with all these bosses and Dr. Wily in the middle, and you're going around beating these levels and beating the bosses, getting their powers like a true Mega Man would do, and then defeating Dr. Wily in the very end. Without further ado, let me show you the production of this box, because that's going to be my favorite part, and then I'm going to show you how to play this game and give it a score. Here's what comes in the box, and holy cow guys, this is what I talk about when I say great production. This is painted miniatures, quality cardboard pieces with nice paper, with good gloss, and really good dice. I say the only thing that might be bad about the production is these might wear off, but who knows, they might be really good. And this little dial thing, I love little dial things, and the card quality is decent. It's not linen finish, but it's still pretty good, and the art is very traditional Mega Man art. But let's look at the miniatures now. Oh, we got Gut Man, we got Bomb Man, we got Cut Man. Oh man, Dr. Wily. Oh, these, look at how great they look. They look so amazing. Now, I will say, only missed opportunity, other than having the dots, these are how you can distinguish your Mega Man. They could have colored him the Mega Man different colors, and I know that's when he has different powers, but man, that's what I'm going to be doing. When I have the paint, I'm going to take the time to paint the Mega Man the alternate colors of the powers, because that'd be super neat. Now, that's pretty much all you get. When I say all you get, this is amazing. Now let me show you how to play this game, and then we'll go from there. Let's go. Now, I did fail to mention the little energy cubes and the fun size cards. Okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of the fun size cards, but they are what they are. So, in the beginning of the game, you'll give everybody their own deck. It does have the same cards in it, and you'll give their character card, which is the same for everybody as well. And then you'll have them all draw 4 cards. Now, whenever you use a card, you draw up the card immediately after. You give them their lives, you give them their energy cubes, and then you put them on the level that they want to go. And this game is really true to the fact that you can just go wherever you want. And that is one of the key things that I was hoping would be in this game, and it is, and I'm happy for that. Now, on your turn, essentially what you're trying to do is battle the monster as you're going through the level to get up to the boss, to defeat him and get his power card. And because they do have character cards what you're going to be fighting, once you beat them, you get some powers, which is, again, a traditional kind of Mega Man thing. Once you've defeated 2 of them, you go to Dr. Wily's center here and you try to defeat him. Though I wouldn't recommend that. I'm always a sucker to get at least 3 bosses before I fight him. So let me go over some of the anatomy of things. This little dial here, I'm pretty sure it's for your life and the boss's life when you're fighting them. You keep track of that. And then you have your life, your energy. Energy is the little cube, and it's for re-rolling. And then your threat. Threat is as many dice as you get to use. And then it has its own special power, but everybody has that. Now, the next thing are these cards here. Now they have a good side. If you have 0 weapon energy, return the weapon energy to full. Boom! And this middle one here is for the boss. So when you're fighting the boss, you get to use that. But when you're not playing, you get to be Dr. Wily. Ooh, and then you get to play these cards on your opponent, which you probably want to do. Now the numbers up here are the amount of that you can play on a certain card. Because in the mini cards here, when you go and tick away a Mega Man to go in the level, you flip over one of these challenge cards and it has a number up there. That is the amount that you can use. So this 5 you won't be able to use. if you were playing the good cards. But you would be able to use this and another one if you wanted, but that's the cap. So, like I was saying, when you go to the next level in the stage, you will flip over a little target and it will tell you what you need to do and what effects it has. Let me see if I can get that on the camera here. But you lose one threat on this one here, and then you have to roll this and a hit. You always have to roll a hit. So if we roll that from the 6th threat that we have, now when you go into a stage, you have 6, well, whatever threat, and you have to choose how much you want to use on a certain level. So let's say we're going to use 3 on this one here. So we got a hit, but we didn't get the jump. So we're going to use an energy to re-roll, and then we're trying to get that jump, and we got the jump. So we defeated the guy, and we be able to move on. And we'll continue to do that until we get to the boss here and we get his card and we have to take him out. Now, this is why you want to save some of your threat, because you're going to have to use it on this guy right here. Now, he has a special as well. You may lose 1 threat. If you do, your opponent may not spend weapon energy during their next battle roll. Now your opponent's going to be rolling for the boss. These are what you're going to have to take him down with. And when you do beat him, he does give you a nice little special Ice Slasher action point. Ignore the stick roll on this challenge. So it does some interesting things, and like I said, I like to knock out 3 bosses before I take on Dr. Wily, because he's pretty strong. And what do I mean by hard? Well, you have to fight Dr. Wily, but his challenges bring back the bosses. Blah, blah, blah. You know that stage that you have to fight in Mega Man every time before you fight Dr. Wily. You have to fight all the bosses again and use their weaknesses against them. Now, this isn't going to happen every time, but this is what you've got to ready for. Now, if you beat one of them that you haven't beat before, you do get their power card. But if it's a duplicate, you just beat them and you continue to march on to knock out Dr. Wily. Once you are there and you're able to beat him, the first Mega Man to do that wins. Now, there is player elimination, and there are monsters, these tokens here, that might get played on you by other players, or might show up in the actual challenge cards, little fun size cards that you have to knock out in addition to the monster you're already fighting. And people can play certain icons. There are little icons right, let me see which one here, right here. So if you're on that stage and they played on it, play that card on you specifically as Dr. Wily, then whatever stage you're on, the minion here is going to have that special power. So they really can ramp up in difficulties, and there are lives that you'll lose, so you don't want to lose them all because game over. But that's essentially how you played it and go over everything. But now let's give this game a grade and tell you what I think. So that is Mega Man, the board game from Jasco. So I'm going to give it a score right away. It's a 72 from me. It is a good game. There are some problematic issues with it, and from my research, this is a divisive game. There are people who love it, which are most of the time die-hard Mega Man fans, and I'm a Blue Bomber fan myself, so that's why I think I like this a little more than the average person who wouldn't be. For the average person, they're going to say this game is too long. I'm going to have to agree for 3 and up, though 3 isn't that bad, but a 2-player game, this is great for. I played a whole bunch of 2-player games, and it's a decent back and forth. You do have to wait during your opponent's turn, but you know, it's only 1 turn, whereas if you do a 3, 4, 5, 6-player game, that's going to take way too long. I devised a solo play where basically I take the levels and I shrink them down. I give myself a few benefits in the beginning, which is cool. I wish they would have actually painted the figures and gave them a little more of an asymmetric kind of power. I do think that would have made the game a bit faster and wrapped it up if you were able just to kind of plow through the first levels a bit faster. But like I said, I didn't devise my own solo play where I gave myself some lives and I sped things up myself, and I played the heck out of my home rule. So if you do have this game and you do think it's a little bit too long, well, house rule a few things. You can make it a little bit better. Now, you shouldn't have to do that, and I do like the base game here. I just think there's a few things that could have been tweaked to make it just a little bit faster and a little bit better in my opinion as well. No, I like the production quite a bit, and I like the gameplay, even though there are a few things that I would change. Speaking of change, this game is actually getting a reboot. Like I said, I think it was a bit divisive, so Jasco is going to take another shot at it. I'm not sure when they're going to be doing that. I just heard a little rumor about this, so keep your ear to the ground, and hopefully we'll get this revamped game here soon. I don't have any expansions for this game, so I don't know how that would integrate in the game or how it would change it, so take that for what it is. So who am I recommending this for? I'm recommending this for Mega Man fans. They're pretty much just going to like it initially from the components. And I am also recommending this for people who like longer kind of games that have randomness of the dice. If you don't like those two aspects, they're very prominent in this game, and you might not have a good time with that. So that's who I'm recommending it to. Mega Man fans, people who like a longer type game, I think you're going to like this Jasco game. So thank you so much for joining me in today's review. I hope it was informational, and I hope you want to buy this game, because if you so, you can do so in the link below. That helps the channel out. You know what else helps the channel out? Clicking like and subscribing. If you don't like the video though, click dislike, let me know in the comments below what I did wrong so I can try to improve. But until the next time that I see you, I hope to review more Jasco's games here in the future. But I am Dave, and have a great rest of your day, and a great time with all your play. Charge up your blaster. I'm out, everybody. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.